I'm Carol Gordon, professor at the School of Communication and Information at Rutgers, the State University of New Jersey. I'm also co-director of the Center for International Scholarship in School Libraries, a research center that has recently finished a study of New Jersey school libraries. One of the research themes that we work on at CiSSL is the theme of literacy. What does literacy mean in a digital age? And what is the role of the school librarian in literacy? These are some of the questions that we are tackling. Traditional literacy, it seems to us, is probably unfinished business. Does it matter? We think it does. Recent studies have shown that we read differently when we read print and when we read digitally. And when we read digitally, we do not sustain the interest and the time on reading to develop emerging comprehension, which is particularly critical in young adolescents. So the skimming and scanning behaviors of digital reading are affecting the way our students are reading when they turn to traditional print. So some of our research is looking at this complication of the nature of reading and what reading really means, and whether or not we can use traditional methods that we've used in the past to support students reading in digital environments. We also are looking at how we can support reading comprehension when it is done in the context of inquiry, learning, and information handling. How can we merge reading comprehension strategies and support materials into inquiry learning in the school library so that students are supported when they confront words and even images that they can't interpret. Another theme in our literacy thread at CiSSL is transliteracy, the visual and media and technological literacies that are emerging in the digital age. The study of transliteracy takes a very sociocultural approach, and at CiSSL, we are looking at it from an educational point of view. How can we support digital literacy? How can we even define it? How can we support digital citizenship, the ethical and responsible behavior in digital spaces? How can we use digital media to teach traditional literacy and aesthetic concepts? And what about informational text and the balance with narrative text? With Common Core standards, there's a lot of emphasis on nonfiction rather than fiction. And so we're asking questions like whether students' personal interests and talents should be directing what they read, and whether there should be more free choice in reading, or whether we should be looking at what we think students need to read. So we are really looking at a lot of questions around defining literacy and the implications that this has for the role of the school librarian in literacy. We'd like to develop some methods from our research that support and promote literacy in ways that use the research of traditional literacy, yet are more appropriate to digital environments. Most importantly, the school librarian, we found, needs to be an advocate of free choice and the emerging literacy that is nurtured by personal interests. The role of information, and not only technology, needs to be brought to the forefront in education so that we can have the information we need and the research results we need to contribute to a new emerging field called education informatics. So school librarians have a more complex role in the literacy realm than they did a decade ago as we tackle these new horizons of literacy.